Jelena Dokic was one of the best tennis players of her generation, ranked number 4 in the world at just the age of 19. But the tennis star says her achievements were never enough for her father, Damir, who she says bashed and kicked her from the moment she picked up a racket. Jelena McIntyre has this story.
A star on the court, but behind closed doors.
Hitting and pulling my hair, pulling my ears, and whether it was just verbally really abusing me.
Jelena says her father, Damir Dokic, abused her almost every day.
Yeah, there was a lot, from, hitting me with a shoe over the head and everything, kicking me.
She says she was beaten unconscious, called a whore. He even spat in her face. At 17, she was locked out of her hotel room at Wimbledon for losing her semi-final. She was forced to sleep at the courts. He was banned from the tournament after smashing a journalist's phone. A few months later, Damir was booted out of the US Open for abusing staff over the price of salmon. But apparently worse things were happening back home. In her book, she goes into graphic detail about the alleged abuse. On one occasion, after a so-called mediocre training session, she was whipped with a belt. But it wasn't just physical, and the emotional abuse left much deeper scars.
That was the one probably that hurt me the most, when you're 11 or 12 and you hear all these nasty things said to you, and it goes on for years.
She even considered suicide.
I think the worst thing that a parent can do to a child is to be dismissive. Whether they're dismissive by telling them they're worthless, whether they're dismissive by the look that they don't give, those looks will make a child feel so unworthy that they will either stop trying or think that their life is not worth living.
When Jelena spoke out in 2009, her father exploded, demanding her silence. He was jailed for threatening to blow up the Australian ambassador in Serbia. 2 bombs and weapons were found inside his home. He's admitted to hitting his daughter in the past, but says it was for her own good. He's even laughed about it in ads.
It's terrible shot. Play harder.
On the way we parent is entirely affected by our feelings about ourselves. One of the best things we can do for our children is to get help for ourselves.
We reached out to Damir for a comment today, but he didn't respond. Jelena's tell-all book is out tomorrow. Jelena McIntyre, 10 Eyewitness News.